You guys, we have so much cool stuff coming with berries. I met with them on Tuesday. They showed me a bunch of new updates. And in fact, somebody in the Facebook group, Run Your Private Practice with AI Facebook group, was asking for sort of a wish list of an AI program slash EHR that could kind of do everything for you, but like customized. And I was glad to be able to answer that question and say berries actually can do almost all of this for you. And with the new releases coming, in the next, I think it's probably the next week or so, they're going to be releasing the ability to save your clients and save all your notes. So it's almost going to start acting as an EHR for us. Super exciting, really, to think about. You can store your clients and then, I can't show it yet because I've only seen like the behind the scenes, but it's going to allow you to store all your client information, all the notes that it's written. You can like toggle off now. Normally Barry's just deletes it within 30 days. I think it just deletes the note out of the system, but you can now toggle that off and it's going to save all your notes. It's going to save your treatment plans. They even have this feature before your next session starts where you can go look at the client's like account within Barry's, and it'll give you a little summary of everything you've done in treatment, a little summary of what happened last session, just to like jog your memory. So it's like, oh, that's what we're talking about. That was the homework they were supposed to do. And it's all AI generated. It's like, here's your reminder from last session, what you're talking about and how to follow up and all of that. So I'm excited, you guys. I can't wait. Barry's is just getting better and better every day. So I'm really glad to be able to share that with you all. So we just had our monthly implementation session, is what I call it, inside of the Clinical AI Club. And we were talking about so many new things coming out with AI. It's just amazing, all these different programs and things that are popping up. We were talking about it's called D-ID is the website, but it's basically you can go in there and pick a cloned avatar. You could put a picture of yourself that's going to clone you. You can go to ChatGPT. You can like have it write up a script for, a concept or topic that you want to talk about. Take it and put it into this avatar. If you're somebody that doesn't really like to be on camera, you can go to this DID. You could even pick one of their pre-created avatars, give it a script, like a 2 to 3 minute script, and it's going to make a little video for you with the avatar. It's getting more and more realistic every time. I made one probably a year ago now. I should go find it and post it in here. It was hilarious. It looked really creepy, but they're improving a lot. So if you're like doing social media and you're trying to figure out a quick, easy way to do that with AI, that's definitely a way to do it. Yeah, so we were talking about that in the AI club meeting this week, how to like get around that thing that if you want to like, market your practice on Instagram or something like that. I mean, that is a way that people are marketing and getting tons of clients that way. But if that's not your thing, there's ways to work around that, and using AI, like having ChatGPT write a script for you, putting it into an avatar is a unique, interesting way to do that if you're not really into that whole like being on video thing. So I thought that was pretty interesting. Let's see. I talk about this stuff occasionally, but I wanted to just bring up this 5 easy ways therapists can use AI to save time and grow their practice. Some really just practical, easy ways. So the first thing to think about is automating repetitive tasks. So I always, and I do this in my coaching sessions too, it's like, what is something that you're just spending so much time on every single week, doing the same thing over and over again? Are you rewriting that same email? Are you having to reach out to your admin to correct them around this certain thing that they keep doing over and over and over again? Paying attention to those little things, if you just notice like, oh my God, I don't want to do this again, like scheduling errors or anything like that, you can use AI to automate that stuff. And this is something we were talking about in the AI club, using a tool called Zapier or Zapier. I don't know how they pronounce it, but it's basically these zaps that you connect all of your tools that you're using into one single automation. It makes things a lot quicker and easier for you. In fact, in the AI club, they were asking me to get a Zapier expert to come in and give us some like quick, easy ways, things we can do to like just speed up the automations in our business. And I think I'm going to. Brittany Long she was my business coach. I love her. She's amazing. She's a genius. She set up all these zaps inside of my business that just run on autopilot in the background right now. So if that's something you're interested in, go over to Zapier. They've got actually this like AI component to it. So you could just tell it what you want it to do, and it's going to tell you exactly how to connect these things. So it'll make things run faster for you. Like If you want, a client submits a form from your website asking a question, you could do a Zap that's going to go to OpenAI and create an answer for you based on the prompts that you program into Zapier. And then it's going to take that and it's going to pop it into an email response for you. It could even open up your email server and create the email. And in some cases, it could just send it if you want to give it that permission to do that. I don't do that because I like to double check everything, but that's a simple automation that you can do if clients have opted into emails from you. And if you're using a chatbot that's collecting information like that, they've already given consent for you to email them back through the chatbot. So there's tons of ways to do that. So I would say if you've got some time, just go over to Zapier and just look around and see what they've got available for you to do AI wise with automating your practice. So that's one. The next one, generating social media content. I talked about this a lot last week, but just a quick, easy prompt is you can say, create 3 Instagram post ideas for a therapist focusing on mindfulness and stress relief or whatever your niche is. That's a quick, easy prompt. You're going to get some great ideas. Go over to Instagram. You don't even have to do the video if you don't want to. You could pick a pretty picture or you can use a template on Instagram where they've already got it put in there for you. They've got tons of AI there too. You could say, I'm looking for a template that does, looks like I'm fishing or whatever. It's going to come up with the background already for you or a template. You just pop in some, mindfulness and stress relief techniques that ChatGPT just generated for you. Change the wording so it doesn't sound like a robot wrote it and pop it over there. That's a quick, easy way to use AI. The other thing, I've got a whole other podcast episode on how to make what you're doing in ChatGPT not sound like an AI robot wrote it because, Google does flag this stuff. But if you want to use AI for writing blog posts and articles that can help boost your SEO on your website and also just establish you as an expert in your niche, whatever your niche is, you can say to ChatGPT, draft a blog post outline on the benefits of therapy for overcoming burnout, something like that, right? And then you can follow up with, expand this into a 500-word blog post, keeping the tone warm and relatable. So you could play with it a little bit, get it to sound differently if you wanted to, but also go check out that other episode. I can't think of the title right now of my Run Your Private Practice with AI podcast episode where I talk about how to make it sound more personalized if you're using AI to write blog posts for you on your website. Because the more personalized and more personal stories you put in, the more, using words with contractions and phrases that you would use in your everyday life and conversation, interjecting that into your AI blog post is going to help it stand out, seem like really personalized content, and then Google's not going to flag it and just call it AI and not show it to anybody. So those are some things to think about. The other thing, of course, the other quick tip for using AI is writing your progress notes. You guys know I love berries. I use berries to do my progress notes, my treatment plans. It saves so much time. You can also do it with ChatGPT as long as you're not putting PHI in, any personal health information that would identify your client. If you could read what you put into ChatGPT and know who that client is, that's too much information. Is kind of my tip around that. But a prompt is draft a SOAP note for a client session where the focus was on managing social anxiety, and then of course no PHI included. Just that little blurb right there is going to generate a pretty good SOAP note. Copy, paste it, put it in your EHR, add a little more specific information because, insurance companies want you to be super specific and make sure you're not doing cookie cutter notes for all of your clients. So personalize a little bit once you get it over into your EHR. And the last in these tips that you can do to use AI is enhancing client engagement. The module this month inside of the Clinical AI Club was enhancing client communication for retention strategies and engagement with your clients to keep them coming back, to not, fade out of treatment. That happens a lot. So I did a whole module and training series around all the different ways that you can use AI to enhance client communication, even if you're doing it through your secure portal inside of your EHR. You can also use it for just client engagement in general with customizing tools for your clients like worksheets, homework, session follow-ups. Barry's already has a tool in there now where it's right when you finish the session, there's a little button you can click. It generates an email that'll send right to your client. It'll say, this is what we talked about in session. Here's the homework that we talked about. And, here's, our follow-up appointment is in 1 week or whatever. It generates that whole thing for you. send it out to your client. You could do that in ChatGPT if you're not using berries, but that is a really great way to keep the engagement going with your clients. And if you go one step further with it and create a customized worksheet based on what we just talked about in session, pop that over into that template that you're already sending. You can say, here's a worksheet for you to do for next week. You could super personalize it. Clients love that stuff. It makes it really personalized. It lets them know that you care, that you took the time to uh, personalize their treatment. And it really makes a huge difference in retention and the progress that your clients are going to make if they've got that really good rapport going with you. So anyway, those are just some quick tips for you. 5 easy ways that therapists can use AI to save time and grow their practice. I hope that helps. Let me know if you have any questions or any ideas, or just let us know in general, like, what are you doing to enhance your private practice using AI? Quick tips that you've got for other people. All right. Have a great week. Bye.